Hey there everyone, welcome back to my channel. Today, we embark on a journey to master 10 essential Excel functions that will transform your workflow and elevate your professional capabilities. I have carefully curated a list of functions that will not only save you time, but also elevate your Excel game to the next level. Alright, without further ado, let's transform your Excel skills from average to awesome. Get ready to become a spreadsheet superhero. It's time for 10 essential Excel functions you should know. Concatenate. The concatenate function in Excel is used to combine two or more strings into one. It is often used to merge text from different cells into a single cell. Here's an example. The question here is, fill the column full name by joining the first name and last name of people mentioned. So how can we do it? We can do it by using the concatenate function. So in the full name column, write equal to and then concatenate open bracket. It's asking for text 1, which is the first value that we want to join. So it will be the first name, that is John, comma. Now let's separate the first name and last name by giving some space between them. So how can we give a space? Just write double quotes and then a space, again double quotes, comma, and then text 3, that will be the last name. So let's select Smith and then close the bracket and press enter. And you can see that we have successfully joined John and Smith into a full name, that is John Smith. Now double click here and it will fill the value for rest of the cells. So this is how you can concatenate in Excel. Count blank. In Excel, the count blank function is used to count the number of blank cells within a specified range. Here's an example to illustrate how to use the count blank function. The question here is, find the count of blank cells in this data. So write equal to, then write count blank open bracket and in the range. So the range here is the entire data set. So select from here till here, close the bracket and press enter. And you can see that there are 3 blank cells, which is this one, this and this. So this can be helpful to identify if your data has missing values. COUNTA. In Excel, the COUNTA function is used to count the number of non-empty cells within a specified range. It includes cells that contain any type of data such as text, number, errors, or logical values. So, the question here is, find the count of non-blank cells in this data. So, write equal to count A open bracket, and instead of just selecting the values, we can select the entire range. So let's select the entire range, close the bracket and press enter. And you can see that there are total 12 cells which are non-blank. You can count manually 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. So that's how you can find out how many non-blank cells are available in your data sheet. Len. In Excel, it counts the number of characters in a given text string. So in this situation, we have to check that if the password length is more than 8 or not. So what we can do is, we can select here, then write equal to, and then len, open bracket, and in the text is a cell. So select this cell, close the bracket and press enter. And now when I double click here, it will fill up for the rest of the values. Now you must be wondering, how did I find this green color value for the numbers which are matching with 8? You can do this by using conditional formatting. So how can we do it? Just select the cell range, go to conditional formatting, highlight cell rules, then write equal to, because now we are looking for a password length that is equal to 8. So write 8 here, and then let's select this one, yellow fill with dark yellow text, and press OK. And you can see that the values where the password length is equal to 8 is being highlighted by the yellow color, and the numbers are also written in yellow. So that's how you can use len to count the number of characters in a given text string. Trim. Trim function is used to remove extra spaces from text, especially leading and trailing spaces between words, and single spaces between words are reduced to a single space. This function is particularly useful when dealing with data that may have irregular spacing. Here's an example. You can see that the name of the people are having unequal spaces between themselves. So to correct this, we can use the trim function. Go here, write equal to, then trim open bracket, and the text cell. So select this, close the bracket and press enter. And now you can see that the unnecessary space has been trimmed out. Now if you double click here, you can see that all the unnecessary spaces in the respective cells have been taken out. So this is how you can use trim to deal with data that have irregular spacing. Replace. The replace function is used to replace characters within a text string based on a specific starting position and length. The question here is that we have to replace the word apples with oranges in the following string. We can do it by using the replace function. So write equal to and then replace, open the bracket. It's asking for the old text. So the old text is the text that we want to change. So select this cell. Now it's asking for the starting number. It is the position in the old text where you want to start replacing characters. So we have to find the index of the first letter of the word apple. Before we start counting, let me inform you that we also need to count the spaces as they are counted in the formula. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. So it starts from the 14th index. So we will write 14. Now it's asking for num characters. It is the number of characters you want to replace in the old text. So we want to replace the whole apple word, which consists of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 6 letters. So we will write 6, comma. And now the new text. The new text is oranges. So write oranges. And then close the bracket. Press enter. And now you can see that the string has changed from apples to oranges. So this is how you can use the replace function to replace words or characters whenever needed. Upper and lower. In Excel, the upper and lower functions are used to convert text to uppercase and lowercase respectively. Here's a simple example. The question here is that we need to change the names to uppercase and lowercase respectively. So let's start with the uppercase. Write equal to upper, open bracket, select John, and then close and press enter. And you can see that all the characters in the word John has now changed to uppercase. Similarly, for lower, write equal to, then lower, open bracket, and again the name John. Close the bracket, press enter. And now you can see that all the characters in the word John has changed to lowercase. Now let's double click here and here. And now you can see that all the names have changed to uppercase and lowercase respectively. So this is how you can use upper and lower to change the cases according to your need. Left and right. In Excel, the left and right functions are used to extract specific portions of the text from a cell. The left function extracts a specific number of characters from the beginning, that is the left side of a text string. The right function extracts a specific number of characters from the end, that is the right side of the text string. The question here is that we need to find the first 3 and last 3 characters of the name column. So for the first 3, we will use the left function. So write equal to left, open bracket, the text, comma, number of characters, that is 3, close the bracket, press enter. And now if you double click, it will fill in for the rest of the values and you can get the first 3 characters of the name in this column. Now for the last 3 characters, write equal to right, open bracket, the text, comma, the number of characters, that is 3, and press enter. And now when you double click, it will fill in for the rest of the values. And now you have the last 3 characters of the name column. So that's how you can use left and right in Excel. Ceiling and floor. The ceiling function rounds a number up to the nearest multiple of significance, whereas the floor function rounds a number down to the nearest multiple of significance. Now let's look at this example. The question here is that we need to round up and round down the following salary values to a multiple of 500. Write equal to ceiling, the number, and the value of significance is 500 because we want to round up to the nearest value of 500. Press enter. For the floor value, write equal to floor, open bracket, the number, again the significance value is 500. Now you can see that how ceiling and floor works. In the first example, you can see that it rounds up the value to the nearest multiple of 500, that is this one. And in the second example, you can see that the value has been rounded down. So that's how ceiling and floor works. Now let's double click here and let's double click here. You can see that it fills up the values for the rest of the tables. In all the cases of ceiling, you can see that the value has been rounded up to the nearest multiple of 500. Whereas in the scene of floor, all the values have been rounded down to the nearest value of 500. The day, month and year functions extract the day, month and year from a date respectively. The question here is that we need to find the day, month and year of the following dates. For today, we can just write equal to today, press enter, and you can get the value of today's date. Now double click here, it will remain the same because today's date is fixed. Now, if you want to find the day of this date, write equal to day, open bracket, the value, close the bracket and press enter. Now for the month, write equal to month, open bracket, again the value and press enter. Similarly for year, write equal to year, open bracket, the value, close the bracket, press enter. And now when I double click here, it will fill in for the rest of the values. Now you can see that the value of year has been showing as number. So we can change the format here and just select general. So this is how you can use the day, month and year function to extract day, month and year from a particular date. So that's all for this video. I hope you have gained valuable insights into the power and versatility of these functions, enabling you to work smarter and more efficiently with the data. There are many other functions like VLOOKUP, SUMIF, COUNTIF and IFs, which are very important, and I have created dedicated videos for these topics. Kindly check the description for these videos. If you found this video helpful, don't forget to like, share and subscribe. Feel free to leave your comments below with any questions or suggestions for future topics. See you guys in the next video.